DeWanna Bonner's involvement in controversial Caitlin Clark incident emerges. DeWanna Bonner's involvement in controversial Caitlin Clark incident emerges. Originally appeared on Athlon Sports. DeWanna Bonner is no longer with the Indiana Fever after appearing in just 9 games this season. The two-time WNBA champion signed with Indiana as a free agent this past offseason, but after seeing her minutes decrease and being used exclusively off the bench, she stepped away from the team. The Fever eventually waived her, and Bonner said the fit didn't work out. This all comes just 1 season after an incident between Bonner's former team, the Connecticut Sun, and the Fever during a game. DiJonai Carrington, who now plays for the Dallas Wings, caught Clark in the eye with her finger as she put her hand up to block a pass. Carrington was asked about the play in the postgame by Christine Brennan, the author of the book On Her Game, Caitlin Clark and the Revolution in Women's Sports. DiJonai, when you went and kind of squatted at Caitlin, did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play? Brennan asked. I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye, Carrington replied. It doesn't even make sense to me. But no, I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I fouled through, and I hit her, so obviously it's never intentional. That's not even, like, the type of player that I am. Brennan fouled up. Did you and Marina kind of laugh about it afterwards? It looked like later on in the game they caught you guys laughing about it. No, I just told you I didn't even know I hit her, so I can't laugh about something I didn't know happened, Carrington added. Meanwhile, Brennan included the entire incident in her book and revealed that Bonner got involved after she and Carrington had already spoken. Brennan saw Bonner walking toward her, and the 6'4" center said something to her. You disrespected my teammate, Bonner said, when referring to Carrington. Brennan tried to introduce herself, but Bonner repeated what she had said earlier 3 more times. Brennan made it clear there was nothing unusual about what Bonner did. Bonner never raised her voice, nor did I, Brennan wrote. It was the kind of tense but predictable conversation I have had dozens of times over the length of my career with professional athletes, especially in the National Football League. When a journalist is doing her job properly and an athlete is doing hers or his properly, they sometimes will not get along. This story was originally reported by Athlon Sports on June 6, 2025, where it first appeared. This was the first time. It was supposed to be just another regular season game. Connecticut Sun versus Indiana Fever. Midweek, mid-season, nothing flashy on the calendar, but by the end of the night, the basketball world wasn't talking about the final score. They were talking about the moment, a flash of tension, a stare down at midcourt, and an unexpected collision of old-school pride and new-age stardom. And I saw in my mind's eye, somehow sensed the two of them. At the center of it all, DeWanna Bonner, the 16-year WNBA veteran with a championship pedigree, and Caitlin Clark, the rookie phenom whose every move sparks headlines, clicks, and debate. For days, the incident had only lived in blurry clips and speculation, but now the full picture is beginning to emerge, and with it, a deeper understanding of what really happened and why it matters. The play that lit the match, late in the third quarter, Clark came off a screen and launched a deep 3, classic logo range territory. It missed, but the crowd roared anyway. As she turned back on defense, Bonner appeared to make contact with her shoulder. Clark stumbled, regathered herself, and gave a lingering glare. The next possession, Bonner got the ball in the post and bulldozed through contact for an and one, yelling in Clark's direction. The broadcast barely caught it, but fans did. Zoomed-in replays showed Bonner muttering something as she walked past Clark. Social media exploded. Words like disrespect, veteran bullying, and targeting trended overnight. At first, Bonner declined to comment, but now, with the dust starting to settle, she's speaking out, and her side of the story is adding new layers to the narrative. Bonner breaks her silence. In a post-game interview following the Suns' next matchup, Bonner addressed the controversy for the first time. I'm not out here to make headlines, she said, but I'm also not out here to hand over the league to a rookie just because she's trending. Her tone was firm but calm. There was no malice, just truth. I respect Caitlin. Her game is crazy. She's done more in 1 year than most players do in 5. but that doesn't mean she gets to skip the grind. Bonner clarified that the contact on the play wasn't intentional, but neither was it accidental. It was a message, she admitted. This league is earned, not gifted. You want to pull from the logo? Cool. But understand, some of us have been bleeding for this league long before the camera showed up. Clark keeps her cool. Caitlin Clark, for her part, didn't escalate the incident. In her own post-game remarks, she downplayed the encounter with grace. DeWanna's a legend, she said. I grew up watching her. We're all competitors. Stuff gets heated. It's part of the game. But sources within the FIVA organization confirmed that Clark was rattled after the exchange, not by the physicality, but by the energy it brought. Not intimidation, but initiation. She's realizing that this league isn't just tough, it's territorial. One assistant coach said, so the vets see her coming, and they want to test her. DeWanna was just the loudest one in the room that night. A league wrestling with its spotlight. The incident between Bonner and Clark was never just about one play. It was about power and what happens when the spotlight shifts suddenly, permanently, from one era to the next. DeWanna Bonner is a walking WNBA resume. Two-time champion, five-time All-Star, over 6,500 career points. But she's rarely been the face of the league. Never had a national campaign. Never got a signature shoe. Now, enter Caitlin Clark. Less than a year in, already starring in commercials, topping jersey sales and being called the future before she's even finished her rookie season. It's not jealousy, said one veteran anonymously. It's resentment. We built this house and now we're watching someone get handed the keys with fresh paint on the walls. Bonner's actions weren't about hatred. They were about history, about defending legacy in the face of change. Fans divide over the fallout. As footage of the incident spread, so did opinions. Some fans praised Bonner for standing her ground. This is the WNBA, one tweet read. Not a Caitlin Clark highlight reel. Let the vets eat too. Others felt the league stars were too focused on gatekeeping. Why do so many players feel the need to humble Clark? She's already elevating the game. Isn't that what you want? The divide mirrors a growing tension in the league. The grit of its past clashing with the glow of its future.